Okay. And I'm going to share my screen with you. So we're going to start at desk. I always do like to mention that is mycvdesk.com. It's not the Realogy site. We want to make sure that we're in mycvdesk.com. That's where all of the agent-friendly tiles are. And we're going to go ahead and go into BrandSrv. So this class, we're going to dive into BrandSrv. We're going to kind of show you what's in there, where to find your logos, and the approved logos, the identity guide, or basically the rules around your marketing. We're also going to look at some marketing assets. You'll see here we have some photography, and then we're going to dive into the social media assets to find things that we can post on our business social media. So just a great way. Just a great way to have stuff that's already created for you. The very first time that you go into BrandSrv, you will have to ask for access. So that is one thing. If you click on it, it will ask you to request access. Usually that's within 24 hours or sooner. And when you first come in, you're going to see the latest tactics. So if I've been in BrandSrv every single day, it's still going to come up and show me the latest things. So here we have a real vitalized renovation. So consumer survey, just one more, social media update. If you've gotten just one more, you can push that out. Some real vitalized virtual backgrounds. So we will go over the virtual backgrounds as well for Teams and Zoom. And then some different things. Here's a seller prospecting buyer social media post. So you can put all of your information in, you can push that out. If you have a buyer that's looking at a specific neighborhood, you can push that out and say, hey, I'm looking for a listing. Also, you'll see the latest campaigns. So here we have some Spanish language options. Down here at the very bottom, I would be remiss if I did not mention to you that there is a feedback button. When you click on that feedback button, you can go through, give them information about anything that you want. You know, what browser are you using? What operating system? If you don't know, you can say I don't know. And then you can type in all of your feedback, leave your feedback, if you want them to contact you or not. This is just to make this system better. They're always looking for agent feedback, and they are listening. I promise you, I'm in a couple groups that we go in. We don't see the particular agent that left the feedback, but we see the feedback. So a great way to go in and leave feedback if you think that they could update something or change something or make it easier. Any of the latest brand assets will be here. So sometimes there are little videos in here that you could share to social media. Anything that you've recently viewed. This is one of my favorite tabs. This was something that agents asked for. So when I say leave that feedback, that's why. We're like, hey, you know, I was in something the other day. I can't remember how I got there. Can you just show me the last 5 things that I've recently viewed? I can click on them, get into them extremely easily. You do have a search button up here where if you know what you're looking for, I know that I'm looking for a holidays. I'm just going to put holiday, and I'm going to view all of the results and anything with holiday in it. And you'll see here the reason I didn't put holidays is because it's a holiday social media. So I can click through, I can get to all the holiday options if I need them. There is a home button at the top. You can also click on this little Coldwell Banker here. And although we are Coldwell Banker Realty, this does say Coldwell Banker just because it goes to all of our affiliates as well. You'll see here we start out with campaigns. There are everything that's in here is free except for some of the personalization end cards. So if you are big on video and you would like a graphic design artist to create bumpers for your videos, those do cost money. Everything else in here is no additional cost. So you guys know I never say that it's free. You guys pay into the company. So this is something that you get for what you pay into the company, but no additional cost. You can see here we have the Spanish language options, some quotables, St. Jude, video toolkits for those that like video, COVID, CB Good News. Again, you can kind of go through and check these out on your own. Marketing assets, we have the logos. We'll go over that in just a moment. Stock image photography. So that's something that we have noticed that agents need photography. We know that we can't just go to Google and download a photo. We could have a copyright infringement. Same thing with, you know, if you go out and pay for professional photography for your listing, no one else gets to use that but you. It's kind of the same notion. So with the photography, you can go in and discover some, you know, we can download something. I can put it as the backdrop of my website. If this looks like an area that I serve, if it looks like something I would sell, I can simply go over here to download now. Now you'll see, because this is the only photo here, I don't have to put it into a cart. I don't have to do anything. I can just download now. You do want to read through the download terms. So here are your download terms. And now it's going to say distribute file. And you'll see now it just says download now. This is also based on agent feedback. Distribute file is something they say in the marketing world. Even though I'm in the marketing department, I prefer the download now as well. So now I know I can just download this. It's going to pop up on the bottom of my screen, and I can save it anywhere where I know where to find it. So you'll see when I open that, it's actually now in a folder. I just want to keep clicking through until I get to the zip file. And what that's going to do is give me options. So here I can get the print version or the web version, depending on the size that I need. If I'm not putting this on a brochure, if I'm not printing it out on anything, I just want to put it on my website, I'm going to go ahead and choose the web version. That's going to pull that up. There's that beautiful photo. And I can save that. Mine opens everything in Paint. However yours opens, I can save this to my computer anywhere that's going to make sense for me. I have a BrandSrv folder. So maybe I want to say, you know, house pick. However, you know where to save it, if that's in your desktop, if that's in pictures, wherever it is. The only wrong way to save it is if you can't find it later. So we definitely want to make sure that we can find it later. And then you could always go into InTouch. You can upload that to your website. You can use that in your marketing. Any of the photos that are in here, you're able to use. Again, best practice. We definitely want to use something that looks like the area that we serve. There's going to be a lot of different photos in here. I wish that I worked at the beach, but I don't. However, this does look like some of the areas near where I live, because I do live near the water. They do have some in here as well with people. If you're putting together a brochure, a lot of them are very diverse now. You're going to see lots of different people in those ads, as there should be. And again, you can just kind of go through. You can see over here on the left-hand side, they do have some different settings. Maybe I only want indoor interior photos. So here I'm going to go through. I'm going to see, of course, the bathrooms are going to be first. They're all going to be in alphabetical order as they are labeled. So I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to see some bedrooms. And again, you can use these on your website and your marketing pieces. You can go through and see what fits for your brand and your business. But they are free for you to use because you are a Coldwell Banker Realty agent. Again, no additional charge for those. They do have some posters, some print materials. We're gonna skip social media for now because I know that's the big thing everybody wants. So we're gonna go through most of the time that we're gonna spend will be on social media. But I do want to touch on, they have some templates, some videos. So they do have social media videos here. Let's say I need a social media video that I would like to push out. I can go through. I can select the one that I need. Maybe I want to go through and view some of these, see what they are, see if they fit. You'll see there's 7 pages. So again, you just need to go through, find the one that you want. So let's just choose this one. I've gone through. You can see I can't really click on it and do much right here, but maybe I want to download it so that I can watch it and see what this is. So this right here, the description, you might do want to pay attention to that. So I want to look at that. Okay, so it's bringing the brand's value to life in a beautiful and impactful manner, highlighting the key benefits of affiliating with this. So maybe I have an agent that I've worked with and I'm trying to get them to come over so I can get that referral rewards. Might be something that I want to push out on my page to capture them. There are holiday videos in here. You can see here, social media holiday. Those are from 2020. So I probably want to look for 2021. But just lots of different videos in here for you to choose from. And again, just kind of go through. This was the new logo video. You would just download it, accept those download terms, download now. And again, just like the photo, sometimes you're not going to download just this asset. Sometimes when it comes up, it's going to be in a zip file. So you're going to click on that folder. You're going to click on the assets, and then you're going to click on the actual video. So that one had to do with 2020. Might not be something I want to post right now, might not be relevant right now, but if I wanted to save this, at least on my computer, I can just go ahead and copy it. I can take it somewhere where I know where to find it. It could be my desktop. I actually have a BrandSrv folder. I can put it in BrandSrv, and I can paste it in here so that I can find it later. That way I can go to social media and post it as needed if that's the video that I want. Another thing that you're going to find in here is commercial for the commercial agents and resources. So I do like to hit on resources briefly, just to let you guys know where you can find some really important information. So here we can go down and look at the guidelines. These are going to be your brand guidelines. You'll see there's a lot in here. We have our disclaimers here. They are the very first thing you're going to see, national disclaimers. This is going to be, so you can just view it if you just need to go in and grab something, if you want to download it to your computer so that you can access it at any time. I do highly recommend putting it in OneDrive so that you are always able to access it no matter what device you're on, as long as you have Wi-Fi. Here I can view it and I can see here is the disclaimer. Anything that is going out that mentions me as an agent, if I'm doing my own letterhead, business cards and signs. So please do note that that is Realogy Brokerage Group, not NRT. Also property materials, any non-property materials. This is the one people frequently email me for. Not intended as a solicitation if your property is already listed by another broker. And then this is the one we put on all of the bottom of our meetings. And this does apply to any class that you go to, anything, any program or meeting, any materials that we give you that are not for compliance purposes. They're optional. You are an independent agent affiliated with the company, so you are not an employee. So basically these are best practices and you're not required to follow them. So here we'll see the disclaimer again, a little bit more. So we have a brand defender. I like this. This is a one-sheeter. In a minute, we'll get to the identity standards. That's like 72 pages of marketing. I find that most agents are not interested in that, but this one-sheeter right here, you can click on, you can kind of view it, and it lets you know how we are and are not allowed to use our logo. This is important because this does break down into compliance standards. We are not allowed to add anything. Basically, you can't add anything or take anything away from the logo, and you can't Photoshop it. So it can't be in any different colors. We can't add texture, shading, effects. We can't reverse the mark. I have seen this before. Agents that have sent me signs for approval, and this is incorrect. The real estate commission will not recognize this as your logo. It is not the compliant logo with the real estate law. So we want to be very careful that we're only using the correct logos. We can't tilt it. We can't add to it or take away from it. And probably the thing that I notice the most is you do have to make sure, I always remind myself, there needs to be a force field around the logo. We want to make sure that it has space. Our own logo is not butted up to it, is not touching it in any way, so that when we are branding ourselves, that's okay. But we want to make sure that we have some space around the logo. And then as always, if you do have your own logo, if you're on a team or you have a personal logo, your logo needs to be the exact same size as the company logo or smaller than the company logo. So just make sure that you follow that rule. If it's the same size, that's okay. But that's a one-sheeter there for you to kind of show you a little bit more about that. And then we do have the identity standards as well. So if we view those, what's going to happen is it's going to put you back to wherever you left off. Last time I was on the first page. So as we go through, you'll get some more information. If you are a Canva user, there is a color guide in here as well that will give you the exact coding for the Coldwell Banker Blue. If you're in Canva, it's 012169 that you'll put in the color picker in Canva. If you are in Word, it's going to be the customized colors. I believe it's 113 or 155. We'll see that in a moment. It's going to give you the typography, the fonts that we use, that we recommend, that are very easily readable on all devices. Again, you don't have to choose these particular fonts. They're just there for you to, if you want to match anything that you're sharing. Again, it talks a little bit about our star. And here you'll see here, we have our framed logo. Ours will always say Realty underneath, especially if you are in Maryland. Maryland Real Estate Commission, the rules and regulations are you must always use a logo with your company written out. So it does have to have Realty with it or it's not compliant. The frame logo does use the mark with a box, or they call it the inline square. And then we have the monogram logo. That's always going to be white. You'll see the logo itself is always white. It's not a different color. And this is always going to go on a dark background. This is always going to go on a light background. Something that I've seen recently is I had an agent that printed out a blue flyer. The background was blue, and she had this logo on it with a white box. That would not be the correct usage of the logo. You would want to have this logo on that blue background. That's something that your field marketing specialist can always help you with. Whatever office you're in, we are here to help you, whether it's in a one-on-one appointment, virtual, in person. Shoot us an email. We're here to help you with that. But you'll see again, may not be used in reverse on a dark background. This one may not be used reverse on a light background. These are the approved logos. And of course, ours will always say Realty underneath. So here you'll also see some different DBA versions. Ours, again, is always going to say Realty. We are not with an affiliate company. Always making sure, again, that force field is around the logo. And again, this is from the one sheeter. You'll see we can't tilt it. We can't put it on its side, all those things that we just went over. You'll see we do have some swag in the CB store. We have a voice. So anything that you see coming out from Coldwell Banker, we do want to show that we're leaders, originators, visionaries, and letting people know they need to call Coldwell Banker. And then this here, I'll make that a little bit larger. You'll see the Coldwell Banker colors, the RGB. If you are in Word and you can choose a custom color, this is where you would put in the red, green, and blue. And also that color there for Canva, that 012169. And then our Pantone color is PMS 280C. So for anybody that needs those, they are there in the brand guidelines. So that said, with the guidelines, we do need to be able to find our logo. And you'll see here under marketing assets, this is where we're going to find our logo. There seems to be a little confusion over my company logos and Coldwell Banker logos. I'm going to go ahead and go into Coldwell Banker logos. And my keyword over here, you can either type in realty or just put in CBR and hit enter. So it's CBR over here in the search button. And it made a liar out of me. Let's try that one more time. Let's try the realty. Oh, not going to come up either. Let's try. I have my company logos right here. So that's where I might want to go through. And again, I'm going to clear this just so that nothing is chosen. I'm going to put in CBR. And there you go. Now it's going to pop up. So anytime that you're putting that in and it's not appearing, just go ahead and clear. I had company logos checked off and that's not going to pop up. So now I have all of, excuse me, all of the approved logos. So they do require, if you are using a color ad, you need to use Coldwell Banker Blue. They do have it in black if you have a black and white ad, just to make it easier. And then, of course, we do have our white logo as well. And we also have the global luxury. So that would pertain to the threshold. Some areas are 500,000. Some areas are 1 million. So you would have to go into desk and check your threshold for the global luxury to see. And it does have to be a luxury property. But here you'll see a lot of the logos. If I wanted to download any of these to my computer, you'll see this is a white logo. It does give you a gray background just because we know white on white is invisible. If I want to download this, I can click on this logo. I can add this to my favorites. That's something that I really like about BrandSrv. I can go to my favorites at any time. I can find what I'm looking for without having to go and search for it again. But here's the logo that I need. I can go ahead and download that, accept those terms, and download now. So here it's going to download shortly. And again, you're going to see that pull up in a zipped file. So as I click through, now I have a PNG, an EPS, and a PDF. So I don't want the PDF. That's going to be basically, that's going to be a file. An EPS is a vector file. That's something that you would send to a sign company. If someone's making a banner for you, they're going to be able to blow that logo up huge, maybe put it on the side of a building, something on a billboard, and it's not going to be fuzzy. For this, we're always going to look for PNG or JPEG. So here I have a PNG file. I can open that file up. You're going to see, because now it's white on white, I'm not seeing anything. It's okay. It'll have a transparent background. I can go ahead and save that to my computer, and I can get to that later when I need it. Or I can just come in here if I need it. It is in my favorites. I can easily find it through favorites. Here's my monogram logo, vertical white. So I can always find that as well. Are there any questions up to this point? Okay, we'll keep going. Also under marketing assets, something that you're going to find are virtual meeting backgrounds. If you are the agent, like many of you are, that's always on the go. Maybe you are doing a lot of virtual appointments, you're in a Teams call, you're on a Zoom meeting, and you don't want someone to know that you're in your car, you're out and about in the neighborhood. We do have some real vitalized virtual backgrounds. You can add your contact information to some of them. Some are not customizable. But here, and you'll see they do have some Zoom as well for commercial. But all of these do work in both Teams and Zoom. So you do need the mirrored image. And for Teams and for Zoom, you need a mirrored image, which means when you are looking at it on the computer or on your device, it's backwards, but to everyone else, it is front facing. So if I wanted to choose one of these, I would just hit customize, and now you're going to see some different options. So I have a starry sky, a marble lobby, a hardwood lounge, and a step repeat. So then I would just have to go through and select the one that I want. Orientation, I'm going to go ahead and mirror that for Teams or for Zoom. And maybe now I just want to call it a virtual background. And I'm just going to say lobby. I always like to give everything a customized name. Now you'll see here it's used. Later I can go in to my previous orders, to my download history, and I can look for this particular name and find what I'm looking for. Maybe I saved it to my computer. I forgot where I saved it. I'm looking for it. I can always go back easily in my download history, and I can find it easily with this customized name. The other thing that this does for me is if I go in here and I want to get this hardwood lounge and I want to get step repeat, when I go on to the next phase and put things in my cart, I will know which one is which. So here I can't just download it because there are multiples in here. I have to tell the system which one I want. I'm going to go ahead and generate a proof. It's going to be generated. It'll take a few minutes. Thank you for your patience. And you can see here I have other things in my cart. I can go ahead and view this proof, see what it looks like. There really wasn't anything to change. This is what it's going to look like for me, but for everyone else, it's going to be right side up. So the Coldwell Banker will be over here. It will be readable and legible and easy for them to see. If I would like to go back, there is a back button here. I can go ahead and click on that back button and get back to my previous page. So let's say there was another virtual background there that I wanted to download. Maybe I wanted step repeat. I could go ahead and look for step repeat. Orientation, again, mirrored. And I could say, you know, virtual background, step repeat. Or maybe I just want to say, I could generate that proof again. It's going to come up, thank me for my patience. And then here it is. And you'll see now why I gave that a customized name. Here I have my tactic tiles. Virtual background, non-customizable, virtual background, non-customizable. Let's say that I wanted all 4 of them and my phone rings right now. And it's a client and I need to deal with my client, and then I'm going to come back to this later. Now at least I know that I've already downloaded the virtual, the lobby, and the CB Star. I know what else I need to without viewing them necessarily. I can view them if I need to. Again, they're backwards here, but they will flip around for Teams and for Zoom. You'll also see here that I have some other tiles. These are things that I put in at a different date. They're still here. I didn't add them to my cart. I didn't check out, but they're here for me. I can view these proofs as well. And you'll see, because this was something that I actually had to go in and edit. I had to put a photo in. I had to add information. I never want to save my proof. For any reason at any time, they are a little bit blurry. They're not high resolution, and they're not the final product. You'll see this one has magenta text right here. It's just letting me know what it's going to look like when the final proof comes out. You'll see I do have my correct logo with the realty there. And this is a small business shout out. I'll show you those in a moment. That I can push out on social media. I can reach out to local small businesses, see if it would be okay for me to shout them out. It could be my friends and family. Maybe I have a friend that sells Pampered Chef. I can include that. I can include the local eateries, the local coffee shops, things of that nature. Maybe it's a local food truck. So you'll see I did that one twice. But now I know that I did that one twice. Also, market updates. That's something that you can go in. If you don't want to use the market snapshot in Market Quest, you can go through here. You can pull up your Prospect Square report. and you are able to add the information. You'll see this was from May. You can add a stock photograph that could be from BrandSrv. It could be a photo that you've taken of the area, and you can see here I didn't actually fill it in, but you would fill in the information from your Prospect Square report. And this is something that you'd be able to post out to social media and let people know what is going on in the neighborhood. You'll see here I also have another one that we did that actually has some numbers on it. We used the same photo. So that could be something that maybe the second Monday of every month, you want to push out maybe an area update for your county or a specific area on social media. So if we wanted to find something like that, another thing that you're able to do once you get into BrandSrv and kind of start poking around is once you learn the names of some of these, so you'll see this says market update. This is a small business shout out. I can literally just up here at the top, I can type in market update. I can view all the results, and I can choose the format that I like. If I want to add that photo as an extra element, if I want a white background, if I want a blue background, I can do any of those things. I would just have to select the template that I would like to use, and then I would have to customize it. Once I go into customize, that's where you're going to add all of the information. You might say, well, where am I going to get that information? I'm glad that you asked. So I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to go to my website. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom where I do have some of the Prospect Square reports. These are live links. I don't have to update them. They're going to update for me, or I can go into Desk, into Prospect Square, into reports, into area reports, into preview and share, and I can pull them up that way. I'm going to go with Baltimore County. So that's going to be the most current, which is June. On August 5th, this is going to update to July. So I might want to wait until then. And then here you're going to see some information. And then this is where I'm going to get the information to plug into my BrandSrv tile. So I might want to say here that this is a Baltimore County, Maryland region. For this one, I am going to say June because that's what it is. Property types, all residential types. And here I'm going to say Baltimore County market update. I'm probably going to tell myself that it's for June. This is where I'm able to add that image from my computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and use one that I've already had in there, even though it's Baltimore County. We're just going to choose a photo for time's sake. And then stat selection. So average days on the market, average sales price, median sales price, properties for sale, properties sold. You only have to use 3 of those. So you don't have to do all 5 if you don't want. You can go in the order that they are here. You can go in the order that they are here. And then you would just refer back to your Prospect Square report. Average days on the market in June. So here we have June.
Oh, that's pretty.
So we have
That is
June
really
here.
pretty.
If you guys can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Thanks, guys. So here we have, again, average days on the market is 11. So we would just put in the 11, average sales price, so that average sold price, and I am a copy paster. I don't like numbers very much, so I want to make sure that I'm getting that information correct. Median sales price, I'm going to go ahead and copy that as well. Properties for sale and properties sold. So new listings is 692 and sold listings is 578. So 578. So I have my photo. I have all the things that I need. If you're using the templates without a photo, that would be the only difference, is you're not uploading the photo. And then my DBA. My DBA is going to be Coldwell Banker Realty, and every single time, so that I have that realty. So I'm going to go ahead and type CBR and choose that from the drop down. Now I need some sourcing data. I have to have a disclaimer. Where is this information even coming from? I'm able to go back to my Prospect Square report, scroll all the way to the very, very bottom, and take the first 2 sentences that lets everyone know This information may include, but may not be limited to, county records, the multiple list system. It lets them know it is believed to be accurate, but they should go back and verify it for themselves because this data changes on a day-to-day basis. We don't want somebody to come back and accuse us of giving faulty information. So we're going to go ahead and paste that here. And we're going to agree again to those image right terms. I did not go to Google. I did not take somebody else's photo. And I'm going to generate my proof. Now, when I generate my proof, okay, it's being generated. Again, it's going to put it in this list here. And now I can see I have a market update. I also have a market update here. I have a market update here, but here's the one that I have for Baltimore County. I can view that proof and see what it's going to look like. Again, I don't want to save this one. I'm going to place it in my cart and check out and get the finalized version. But maybe I look at that and go, oh, I don't like the way that photo looks. I want to update it to a different photo. Or maybe I want to change the way that the information is presented. I can do that if I want to. The other thing I'm able to do up here is if I want to search for something, I can search for the holidays. I can view all results. And this just gives you a great opportunity, 2021 holidays. So if I click on the folder itself, it's going to put me in to every single holiday that we have this year. There are many different holidays in here. We have all of the armed forces birthdays. We have Christian holidays, Jewish holidays, Muslim holidays. There are many different nationalities in here. Some are basic, like back to school. We do turn 115 years old on August 27th this month. So that's a great way to push that out to your sphere. Let them know that you work for the longest lasting and the best real estate company because you are also the best. And then we'll see we do have Labor Day. And again, some other things that are up and coming whenever there is a Heritage Month, National Grandparents' Day. And you can get in here and save these, fall in love with a new home. So let's say I wanted to save one of these that's up and coming. I can go into this customize button, but before I do that, I would be remiss if I did not point out, you guys asked for it and they are listening. When I post a back to school post, what am I going to say? Now, I might not have writer's block for that per se, but some of these others, I may not know what I want to say. They do have additional information here. There is additional copy. It could be a diving board for you to figure out what you want to say. If you have writer's block, you might just want to copy and paste it. You might change it entirely. But here you'll see throughout the entire year, and I've saved this on my computer, but throughout the entire year, it's giving me things to say. Sometimes it'll give you multiple things to say. You can choose which one you like. Honoring the U.S. Coast Guard. So that is coming up on Wednesday. So I can go ahead and copy that. And when I go to Facebook, I can paste that as my script for when I'm posting that particular tactic. In order to get that tactic, I want to go to the customize button. Excuse me. I can go through and select the version, and you'll see that they are all by date. So they're going to be on the list by date. I'm going to look for that August 4th. There are two different images. I would just select the image that I like the most, whichever one I prefer. There is no wrong answer. So whichever I prefer. And then here, what I like to do is I do like to say the date here. And you'll see I've already saved this before. That's okay. And then I want to make sure that I'm CBR for Coldwell Banker Realty. And I'm going to generate that proof. The reason that I did it that way, I like to put things by date, and I'll show you why. So I do have a BrandSrv folder. I do have my holidays in here. I'm a little OCD. It's very organized. I can find them very easily. But you'll see when I go to June, when I did all of my posting in June, you can schedule these to come out on your business page. I did not have to go back and look for the dates. If for whatever reason you don't know the actual date, maybe I don't know when National Homeownership Month is. Maybe I decided for part of my strategy, I wanted to put that out on the 21st. Then at least I have the dates. They're saved in my computer. And I can go through and I can see that I need to post this on the 4th of August. I don't have to go back and look and say, oh, when was that again? I don't remember. And that one is from 2020, so we'll get rid of that one. So then I also have it, maybe I want to post this on the 15th, or I want to wait, until closer to when school is back in session. So here, that's going to give me that date, and when I save it, I'm going to save it with that title so that when I go to Facebook to upload it, I know exactly what date that needs to come out, because obviously their birthday is on a very specific date. One other thing that you're able to do are the small business shout outs. So if I type in small business and I look for those results, you're going to see several. We also have the Instagram story graphic here as well. You can choose whichever of these you prefer. I'm going to go ahead and select that one. Although it does look white here, I can change that to blue. I probably want to get permission from the small business to push them out on social media. I might reach out to them and ask them, do they have a really good photo that they would recommend I use? Do I want that to have a blue or a white background here? What is the business name? So if I were to do like a coffee, what location is that in? What expertise do they have? And again, that DBA logo, doing business as Coldwell Banker Realty. Small business shout out. Maybe I want to say, okay, that's going to be coffee. And then adding an image. I'm just going to select one from here because it's already there, or you can choose a file from your computer. Go in and upload the photo. If you've already used it, it will be saved for you. And then again, I want to agree and I want to generate that proof. Okay. And then you'll see here, not only do I have that small business shout out, but I know that it's coffee, and I can view the proof here, see what it's going to look like. Again, I don't want to download this one. That's why it does have the magenta there. When I'm done, I can kind of go through and select the ones that I want to keep. And I can add them to my cart. That could be all of them. It could be some of them. So now I'm going to see the placeholders. I can see those customized names so that I know that I'm getting what I want. And I'm going to go ahead and place my order. I like this. My wallet likes this. I can shop. I'm not really spending any money, but I'm getting the information that I need to help me market myself effectively and efficiently. I can go through, and once these are done, you're going to see options so you can reorder it, you can view the details, or just distribute. I can get this file now. I can hit the button. It's going to pull up. I can save it to my computer. I can go to Facebook. I can either post it that day or schedule it to come out on the 4th, or I can publish to social media right now, or schedule to social media right now. Now, the first time that you publish to social, it will come up and make you log into Facebook. You will need to know your password. I'm so sorry. But here, mine's already connected. It is going to come up and show my personal. However, I've already gone in and told it that I want it to always go to my business. So now that I'm in here again, it's going to go in. You've previously linked BrandSrv to Facebook. So yes, I want to continue as myself. Even though it says it's posting as me, it will go to my business page. The very first time it will opt in, it will ask you to select your business page. Then I want to add a message. So that's where I can just paste. That was the last thing on my clipboard. I'm saluting the U.S. Coast Guard. And I want to make sure that I'm going to send this out on the 4th. And I can do that at any time that I would like. Maybe I wanted to do it at 8 in the morning. And I always tend to do an off time. Someone goes to my page. I don't want to look like I'm robot posting. So I always do just kind of an off time a little bit. And then I can preview what that's going to look like. Again, I promise, even though it doesn't come up in the preview, it will go to my business page, and then I would publish. That's going to go into the background. They're going to hold on to that, and then Facebook is going to push that out on that date and that time. If you have gone in and gotten the file and saved it to your computer, there is another way that you can do this as well. I like to go in and save as many BrandSrv tiles as possible. And then I'm going to go to my actual business page, and I'm going to go into the publishing tools. So you do have a publishing tools here. You are able to go into Facebook on your business page and schedule things. So I can go to my scheduled posts. I can see that I already have this scheduled to come out on August 4th. That's okay. We're going to pretend like I don't. I'm going to create my post. And then that's where I'm going to say, hey, I want this to come out on the 4th, whatever time it is that I want it to come out on. I'm going to go ahead and add my photo. So I'm going to find that BrandSrv folder, wherever it is that you have it saved. And that's why it's important to know where you have saved it. So we'll go ahead and use the other tactic. And then here you also want to make sure that everything looks kosher. It's going to come up in a minute and give me a preview. It's going to let me know exactly what that's going to look like in my mobile feed. I can also see what it's going to look like on my desktop news feed. And then I can schedule my post. It's going to take it a minute here. You're going to see it pop up. And if I hit the refresh button at the top, that little button up there, the little swoosh button, now it's going to put everything in order. So you'll see here, I actually scheduled that for today. If you've made a mistake, you can click on it. You can go through, you can delete it if you need to, you can reschedule it, etc. I have these things that are ready to come out for me. I don't have to be on Facebook 24/7 to have things come out. Great part of your strategy. That's where BrandSrv is really going to help you out. Again, I can go through, grab all of this, save it to my computer. I can update my Teams call as well. So what that would look like is I would go into Teams. I would click on the little kebab menu there, and I would apply background effects. So if you're logged in through Desk into Teams, you'll see this. Sometimes if you logged in as a guest, this doesn't always come up. So just make sure you're in the system. I can apply these background effects. And then here you'll see I have some options already because I'm in Teams. I can go down to the bottom, see anything else that I've uploaded. But here's where I can add a new. I can find it on my computer. I can upload it. I'm going to go ahead and select this one since it's already on my computer. And then what you're able to do from there is preview and then apply and turn on video. Now you're going to see I have my background behind me. So I could be sitting anywhere. I could be in my car right now. I could be in, I had an agent the other day that was like, this is great. She's like, my kids come into my home office, they leave their toys all over the floor, and then I'm trying to talk to a client and it doesn't look so great. So this is something that you can add to your background and, you know, use any of those backgrounds that you wish, and then nobody will ever know where you are or, you know, what that background looks like. So we did cover a lot of the social media posts, the virtual backgrounds, the photography, the identity guide for the branding. Logos, we do want to always use Coldwell Banker Realty. And I stress that a lot because I find that with Coldwell Banker, a lot of times we just see Coldwell Banker written on things, but we have to do business based upon what is written on our license. Your license is going to have Coldwell Banker Realty, so we just want to make sure that we're compliant. Again, those small business shout outs. And if you get in there and you get stuck, please make an appointment with your field marketing specialist. We are here to help you every step of the way. We are here to help you with anything that you need. You know, if you're in BrandSrv and you're stuck and you can't find something, if you're in marketing assets and you go to social media, you will find cover photos for Facebook and Twitter, stories if you're into that. And then if you click on post, there's a wealth of information in here. A lot of them are in folders. So you're going to see those folders. Most of these are Coldwell Banker Realty. Try not to use the residential brokerage. I think we only have one metro left in the whole country that is still residential brokerage. They're trying to change over as we did last year. But you'll see there's a great fair housing campaign in here. As you go through, you can just hit the customize button. What that is going to do is throw you in where you can actually go through and see what some of them look like. Lots of different diversity, lots of different things. You could post it, let them know that this is something that is important to you as an agent. Go through, and some of these are not going to be for us, and that's okay. But just keep going through, and again, you'll see there are many, many pages. But I always say, if I don't know that it's in here, can I use it? So here are some social media cover photos. Here are some core values. Big-hearted, happy holidays. So some different things in here that you can utilize. There are some energy saving tips, homes for dogs, home improvement tips. That's one of my favorites. Home care advice for those of you that use the Drip Market campaign and InTouch. Great, great tile. And again, you can click through. You can generate, you know, whichever of these you like the most, send that out, and post that on social media, and you'll always have something that you can utilize to build your business. With that, we are almost at time. So I do want to be considerate of your time. I know you guys are super busy. Does anybody have any questions at this time? No questions? All righty. Well, I would say dive into BrandSrv, see what you can get that fits your brand, that fits your business. Feel free, again, to reach out to your field marketing specialist. We're here to do a one-on-one. I know a lot of us are in the offices now. We can do that in person or virtually, whichever works better for you, what you feel more comfortable with. But we can definitely go in together until you're comfortable and confident posting. Just know that we are here to help every step of the way. And with that, I will let you guys go today. So hopefully you've learned something good that you can use to build your brand and your business on Facebook. Again, please reach out to us. We're here to help. Have a great day and stay safe.